Watch. Obi-Wan Kenobi biggest spoiler moments, young Leia, Anakin. Only a few years behind schedule, Top Gun: Maverick has landed at a theater near you. Tom Cruise's relentless youthfulness notwithstanding, it's been 36 years since the original Top Gun first took up residence in the cultural lexicon with its sleek jets, perfect soundtrack, shirtless volleyball, barroom serenade and endlessly quotable dialogue. Let's just say, we've never lost that loving feeling for the romantic action-adventure drama, which made $354 million worldwide, put director Tony Scott on the map, and inspired countless future fighter pilots. But finally, the years in development sequel to the 1986 blockbuster is out. There was a red carpet premiere and the cast hung out with British royalty and, after first postponing Top Gun: Maverick's July 2019 release to 2020, reportedly to fine-tune the flight sequences, Paramount coolly kept the movie on ice for 2 more years amid the COVID-19 pandemic, a debut that didn't involve IMAX screens and as many butts as possible in theaters, not an option for the big-budget feature. Cruise, of course, is back as Pete Maverick Mitchell, one of the U.S. Navy's best and cockiest pilots, who, unlike 4-star Admiral Iceman, is now a captain but has resisted climbing too high in rank because he just loves to fly, and it shows. Now he's the instructor tasked with training the incoming class of Top Guns, at least one of whom is not impressed. But while you prepare to learn a whole new crop of call signs, keep scrolling to see what the crew from 1986's Top Gun looks like now. Tom Cruise. Maverick may be the oldest guy in the squad, but he's looking none the worse for wear since Cruise's first go-round as the best Navy pilot in the land. After 3 Oscar nominations, for Born on the 4th of July, Jerry Maguire and Magnolia, 3 recently returned Golden Globe statues, wins for those same 3 movies. 6 Mission Impossible films, with at least 2 more coming, many other films, and the achievement of iconic movie star status. The father of Connor, Isabella and Suri Cruise has also tirelessly powered through 3 divorces, from Mimi Rogers in 1990, Nicole Kidman in 2000 and Katie Holmes in 2012. Kelly McGillis. Astrophysicist and civilian Top Gun instructor Charlie Blackwood took Maverick's breath away, and theirs was a cinematic love story for the ages, or at least the 1980s, since McGillis says she was not asked to be in the sequel. And she almost didn't make it into the first film, either. I didn't want to do it, there, she recalled to The Guardian in 2001. But because I'd done Witness, I owed Paramount another film, and my agent said, "You have to do this." I took one look at it and said, "This is like a western in the sky, I don't want to do this." It wasn't about acting, it was about being a cartoon character. You know what I mean? I could have done it blindfolded. I was grateful for the fact that it gave me opportunities I wouldn't otherwise have had. But I showed up for work, did my bit, hung out with a bunch of boys, played baseball, and went home. It was like being at camp. Why they hired me, you'll never know. McGillis next portrayed a prosecutor seeking justice for a rape victim played by eventual Oscar winner Jodie Foster in The Accused. She kept acting in the likes of The Babe, North and many smaller films and TV movies, but she also opened a restaurant in Florida with her yacht mogul second husband, Fred Tillman, in the 1990 Sand put acting on the back burner. She has 2 daughters with Tillman, whom she divorced in 2002. She came out as gay in 2009 and had a civil union ceremony with Melanie Lays in 2010, but they broke up the following year. I think just my priorities in life changed, McGillis told Entertainment Tonight in 2019 from home in North Carolina. It wasn't like a major decision that I made to leave acting, it was just that other things became more important. I love acting, I love what I do, I love doing theater, but I don't know. To me, my relationships to other people became far more important than my relationship to fame. She continued, I am a home person. I am really rooted in my home life. I can't remember the last time I worked. I feel really blessed that I don't have to work, you know? But I get the option to work, so I am really blessed in that way. Not many people get that option later in life, so I feel very lucky. Val Kilmer, the top secret and real genius star, was as cool as they come as Maverick's nemesis turned fellow hero in Combat LT. Tom Iceman Kazansky. Kilmer proceeded to have one of the premier acting careers of the 1990s, starring in Willow, The Doors, True Romance, Tombstone, Batman Forever, Heat, The Island of Dr. Moreau, The Ghost in the Darkness, The Saint and the Prince of Egypt, as the voice of Moses and God. He worked just as hard in the 2000s, with his most memorable films being The Salton Sea, Wonderland, Alexander, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang and Deja Vu. Rumors swirled about the state of Kilmer's health toward the end of the 2010s as he became more elusive, and in 2020 he confirmed that he survived a battle with throat cancer. You may notice I sound like I have a frog in my throat. It's not. It's a buffalo, he wrote online ahead of an appearance that April on Good Morning America, his first TV interview in 10 years. Though being healed from cancer, I am slowly and surely regaining my speech. As I haven't let the adversity stifle my voice as an artist. Nor did it stifle Jerry Bruckheimer's vision, as the Top Gun Maverick producer confirmed in 2020 that the Iceman had cometh for the sequel. Kilmer has 2 children, daughter Mercedes and son Jack, with ex-wife Joanne Whalley, and he opened the door into his private world for the critically acclaimed 2021 documentary Val. Anthony Edwards. Goose. The Revenge of the Nerds star was known primarily as Maverick's doomed wingman, Officer Nick Goose Bradshaw, for a good 8 years before he landed the role of Dr. Mark Green on Over his 8-year run on the show before his tearjerker of a farewell, Edwards won a Golden Globe and was nominated for 4 Emmys. He won an Emmy in 2010 as an executive producer of that year's Best TV Movie, Temple Grandin. Edwards' acting work on the big and small screens over the years has included The Client, North Fork, Zodiac, Showtime's Billions, Law, Survivor, and he's currently streaming in the inspired by true scandal dramas We Crashed on Apple TV and Inventing Anna on Netflix. He has 4 children with ex-wife Janine Lobel, the founder of Stila Cosmetics, whom he was married to from 1994 until 2015. He married Emmy winner Mare Winningham, who also has 4 kids, in 2021. Morning coffee, get up on news and get out and do something I am fortunate to do, Edwards told Fox News in April 2020, giving a glimpse of his pared down pandemic schedule. I am fortunate to be able to work on my garden, and there are these kinds of chores that you've put off for years. Meg Ryan. After her emotional supporting role as Goose's wife, Carol, Ryan's career took off. After solid supporting turns in Inner Space and DOA, both with future husband Dennis Quaid, whom she married in 1991, she starred in When Harry Met Sally, and the title of America's Sweetheart soon followed. She had classic rom-com chemistry with Tom Hanks in Joe vs. the Volcano, playing 3 characters. Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail, as well as other adorable moments in French Kiss, IQ, with Top Gun's Tim Robbins, and Caden Leopold. Ryan also did heavy drama, playing Jim Morrison's long-suffering partner Pamela Corson in The Doors. Opposite Kilmer is the volatile rocker, an alcoholic wife and mom in When a Man Loves a Woman, an army captain whose death is posthumously investigated in Courage Under Fire, and a wife trying to get her husband back from kidnappers with the help of professional rescuer Russell Crowe in Proof of Life. Ryan and Quaid divorced in 2001. Their parents of son Jack and Ryan adopted daughter Daisy in 2004. She later dated John Mellencamp off and on for years, before they split up for good in 2019. Her work in the 2000s includes In the Cut, Against the Ropes, In the Land of Women, The Women, and the 2016 Ithaca, which reunited her with Hanks, and she's planning to direct and star opposite David Duchovny in the romantic comedy What Happens Later. Now I am focused on producing, Ryan told InStyle in the summer of 2019. I am also teeing myself up to direct, and I am working on a fun e-commerce project with some of my friends. But most of all, what I am ambitious for in the 12 hours a day that I am awake is my kids' happiness. I just am. Tim Robbins. After getting his start on TV shows like Street Elsewhere, The Love Boat and Hill Street Blues, Robbins made his film debut in the Teens vs. Terrorists action movie Toy Soldiers and carpooled with John Cusack in The Sure Thing before landing the role of Lt. Sam Merlin Wells. He was in Howard the Duck, but then his career took off after he plays an eager minor league pitcher vying with Kevin Costner for Susan Sarandon's heart. In Bull Durham, he got the girl in real life, and he and Sarandon were together for 21 years and had 2 sons, Jack and Miles, before amicably splitting up in 2009. He also directed Sarandon in her Oscar-winning turn in 1995's Dead Man Walking and was also behind the camera for Bob Roberts and Cradle Will Rock. Throughout, Robbins has remained politically active. He founded the Actors Gang Theater Group, and he won a Best Supporting Actor Oscar in 2004 for Mystic River. Off-further sampling of his screen highlights includes Jacob's Ladder, The Player, The Hudsucker Proxy, The Shawshank Redemption, Arlington Road, cameos in Zoolander and On Portlandia, HBO's The Brink, Dark Waters and Hulu's Castle Rock. Adrian Pasdar, fresh-faced Lt. Charles Chipper Piper marked the movie debut of the future star of Heroes, Colony, Political Animals, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and much more. And if you haven't been seeing Pasdar, you've been hearing him as the voice of Tony Stark, Iron Man in his own animated series and assorted other Marvel shows, including Hulk and the Agents of SMASH, Ultimate Spider-Man and Avengers Assemble. In the flesh he's also been on the small screen in Lethal Weapon, Grand Hotel and Supergirl. Pasdar has a son, Jackson, with ex-wife Natalie Maines. He and the Dixie Chicks singer married in 2000 and she filed for divorce in 2017. The split was settled in 2019. Michael Ironside. His name alone is tough. And sure enough, Lieutenant CMDR Rick Jester Heatherly, Maverick's flight instructor, had a gaze of steel. Ironside is a prolific character actor who, since Top Gun, has showed up in movies such as, to name a few, Total Recall, Starship Troopers, The Next Karate Kid, The Perfect Storm, The Machinist, Terminator, Salvation, and X-Men First Class, as well as on TV in Walker, Texas Ranger, or Cold Case, Castle, Smallville, Community, Vegas, The Flash, Justified, The Alienist, Hawaii 5-0, and the list goes on. Most recently he appeared in The Dropout and on Barry. He's been married to his second wife, Karen Dinwiddie, since 1986 and has 1 child with her and another from his previous marriage. Tom Skerritt. You may know him as Julia Roberts' dad in Steel Magnolias, or Sarah Gilbert's dad in Poison Ivy. Lots of father roles in Foliage, but first he was CMDR. Mike Viper Metcalf, the voice of reason who helps Maverick, racked with guilt over Goose's death, recover his confidence. Born in 1933, Skerritt has been acting since the 1960s and had previously starred in the likes of MASH and Alien, so just add Viper to his list of classic roles. He remained a go-to guy for law enforcement, military men and politicians, whether it was his cameo as the mayor of Seattle in Singles, playing Sheriff Brockon Picket Fences, for which he won an Emmy for lead actor in a drama in 1993, having a turn as Senator Carrick on The West Wing, his arc as a CIA agent on the grid or showing up as a bureaucratic scientist in Contact. He had a recurring role as the deceased but often referred to Walker family patriarch on Brothers' Hometown in a feature adaptation of David Guterson's novel East of the Mountains and the patriarch of a gun-slinging family in the western Catch the Bullet. And now meet the new class of recruits along for this year's in the making sequel Mission. Miles Teller. The tension is thick when Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell's late best friend's son, Lieutenant Bradley Rooster Bradshaw, played by Teller, shows up among the Navy's slatest crop of Top Gun pilots. Even sporting a mustache like his dad, Anthony Edwards Nick Goose Bradshaw, Count Rooster among the long list of people who don't think much of Mavericks. Rogueways. That was all me, I showed up with it at the camera test. Teller, who previously worked with Top Gun Maverick director Joseph Kosinski on the harrowing firefighter drama Only the Brave, told USA Today of the facial hair. Tom was like, "This is perfect, you look so much like him." Glenn Powell. Powell does Iceman dipped in honey as the cocky but charming LT. Jake Hangman Saracen, a character he collaborated on with Tom Cruise in order to get the notes right. I can't top what Val did in the first one, Powell told USA Today. I tried to make Hangman stand on his own. That just comes with growing up in Texas. Having previously played astronaut John Glenn in Hidden Figures and after zooming through the skies in real F-18s, the actor decided to lean into this whole pilot thing, getting his certification with Cruise's help. So I get my pilot's license, I get to sign the whole thing and they're like, you're a private pilot. Tom had a thing waiting for me, Powell told E! News. It was a note that said, welcome to the skies, and it was a certificate for stunt driving lessons. In case his need for speed had yet to be fulfilled. Monica Barbaro. The Top Gun program has come a long way-ish, since 1986. Barbaro plays mission candidate Lieutenant Natasha Phoenix Trace, Rooster's love interest but first and foremost a hell of an F/A-18F pilot. Of course, part of this role is about being a woman, the actress told USA Today. But she also represents a pilot who is just very capable. Lewis Pullman. Lieutenant Robert Bob Floyd may look bookish, but any weapons systems officer played by Bill Pullman's son obviously belongs in the air. There was a guy with a sign saying I love Bob outside my first TV interview, the younger Pullman told USA Today. He said to me, I keep thinking, what would Bob do? He likes that audiences can see that soft-spoken people can become pilots. And they can be absolute road dogs in the sky. But as for his instantly iconic call sign, I like that it doesn't have an explanation, Pullman said. There's great mystery behind Bob. Danny Ramirez. Playing Air Force Lieutenant Joaquin Torres in the Disney series The Falcon and the Winter Soldier didn't turn Ramirez onto flying, but portraying the very sure of himself LT. Mickey Fanboy Garcia did, despite the occasional bout with air sickness. I didn't love it before this, but I love flying now, he told USA Today. I was having so much fun. I can be cocky in the air. Playing a weapons systems officer, the guy in the plane who's directing his attention this way and that, could be a little nauseating, he admitted. It's like texting in the backseat of a car, but you're moving at 500 knots, he explained. So I tossed my cookies quite a bit. Jay Ellis. Playing mission candidate Lieutenant Reuben Payback Fitch, Ellis, whose dad, two grandfathers and step-grandfather served in the Air Force, is proud to represent his lineage on screen, even if it is as a Navy man. I grew up around aviation, and I think about the sacrifice that so many men and women they give, rather, just for us to be safe, the actor told NBC News. I think we all wrap our arms around this community and we protect it so much. And we understand the responsibility to be amazing on screen for these. Ellis also found another use for his air sickness bag after realizing early on that once you're up, you're not coming down for a while. Every flight from there on, I peed and I got it down to a science, he told USA Today. It just became a thing. Greg Tarzan Davis. When I saw the first Top Gun, obviously there was one black character, Sundown, played by Clarence Gilliard, but I don't think he was represented as fully as he could have been, Davis, who suits up as Lieutenant Javi Coyote Machado, told NBC News. So I think that it's really cool that we have the representation, not just of black characters but of many different men and women. Newer to being a working actor when he was cast in Top Gun Maverick ages ago but having since amassed credits including The Call of the Wild and Grey's Anatomy, Hell will make his mark yet again with Cruise in the also years in the making Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, due out in 2023. 4 of my 6 years of acting have been with Tom Cruise, the Davis remarked to USA Today. I cannot complain about life. Jennifer Connelly. New to the franchise but not to the lore, Connelly's Penny Benjamin is the one admiral's daughter referred to in the Top Gun bar scene, when Mavericks said to have a history of high-speed passes over 5 air control towers and one admiral's daughter. Goose's wife Carol, Meg Ryan, seen in flashback in Top Gun Maverick, mentions her by name when she tells her husband's best friend that Goose told me all about the time you went ballistic with Penny Benjamin. Penny is now a bar owner and single mom who's cautiously willing to give Maverick another shot. Jon Hamm. Someone's got to be serious and in charge. Hamm joins the fleet as Vice Admiral Bo Cyclone Simpson, commander of Naval Air Forces. He's the adult in the room, the Emmy winner told The Hollywood Reporter. He's not the petulant angry chief, and he's not the cigar-chomping guy, James Tolkien's Stinger, in Top Gun, whose ego is writing checks his body can't cash. Cyclone is way more in the Tom Skerritt vein, who I really look to for inspiration. First of all, I love Tom as an actor, but I loved him in the film, too. He's got that tough love sensibility, but he also has that great line at the end, "I'll fly with you." It's a begrudging mutual respect, and my character has a lot of that, too. Ed Harris. Four-time Oscar nominee Harris has a brief turn as Rear Admiral Chester Hammer Kane, head of the Dark Star program, aka the mission involving the State Route 72 son of Blackbird aircraft and another officer who Maverick manages to cross in a short period of time. I had a good time on it. Just worked a few days, but it was fun, the actor told NBC News' Willie Geist. I am sure it'll be spectacular. But, he added, I'm just really in the first 3 minutes of it. Top Gun. Maverick is in theaters now. Originally published May 16, 2020, at 7 a.m. Pacific Time.